I think there's always going to be a line of division there. Because, you see, we are no longer the majority of the minority. People really don't care whether we survive or not. Because just by outsourcing things, they don't need you. You did your work. You built the railroads. You built Washington, D.C. You've done all the manual labor, the buildings and things like this. They don't even need you to be a plumber. They don't need you to be an electrician. They don't need you at all, basically. And when you're not needed in a society, you're not going to be salvaged or say, I have respect for you. So unless you make yourself respectful or make yourself needed in a society, will you be even given any kind of equalization of what you are important in life for. And so I don't know whether it will get worse before it gets better. I think at the present time that the African American, the way they have handled us all these years, is going into a state of Ezekiel 37 in the valley of dry bones. And we lost our spirit. In a way, I'm talking about overall spirit. I'm not talking about we lost the churches. But even the churches, you'd be surprised at not getting the number of people going to churches even today. Churches are losing a lot of people. You can't even get black male ministers. A lot of female ministers are coming up saving the church. And so, if we're losing our spirit, that to me is more devastating than slavery. Mainly because slaves at least had spirit and hope and got out of that thing they were in. We're taking our hope, and our hope is dying. Our children are dying. Our communities are dying. They're dividing us up into black Hispanics, black or African Americans, black Haitians, black Jamaicans, black Bayesians. Light skin, dark skin. Spike Lee had that school days. He showed that.
Yeah, shot on our campus.
Yeah, right, sure. So basically, where does it all end? I mean, all this stuff that our forefathers have fought for. If we're going to divide ourselves and say, well, we won't develop others along the way. And so, and then if people get a disrespect for you, that's why I said that if people are only looking at you from a comic point of view or a fashion idol or something like that, hey, that's that, and they embrace you because you got a clothesline or all of this. Like, they're not embracing you because you are a great entrepreneur, a great in Wall Street. In fact, you take out people who wind up on Wall Street big time. They find the least little thing there to bring you down. They don't want you to bring. They'll let you. In fact, they said to people, they'll give you money to build a church, but not to build a factory. You know they can hold you there. But if you can show your creativity, entrepreneurship, Lord, you could be giants. But they're not going to let you go so far. They'll let you do a little fashion here, a little things here, a little sneaker here, wearing your little thing on your uniform saying you're something. In fact, I did a thing on a Tiger Woods not too long ago, which I can't understand why he hasn't at least bent himself toward us to a certain degree. And it was called From the Gold Coast to the Golf Course. I said, if he didn't have that black father with all that DNA from Africa, where they had to take that spear and throw it exactly into an animal to kill it for food, he would never be able to put his hand around that club, which is just another type of spear, and have the same kind of sensitive feelings on his fingertips to hit that ball in that hole. So he owes that to us at least. that he had something to inherit from that dear dad he had. And so so from the Gold Coast to the golf course.